just trying to prop. Trying to pop you up. Hi. Awesome. Hi, Southern Arc Homestead. I'm just trying to figure out how to hold this up without it falling over. So, I'm currently waiting downtown for my daughter's choir practice to be done. It just started, so I have 2 hours to kill. So I figured I'd try to go on here and see if anybody was online and see if anybody wanted to chat. So I'm just having difficulty trying to prop up my phone. There we go. There. Odd angle though. Maybe get that better that way. There. Stay. So, how you doing? Oh, you just came in from painting the project at the camper? Camper some more? Cool. I can't wait to see it. Are you taking a video of your paint job? I love seeing other people's projects. I love seeing the rural aspect, as I'm more of a urban homesteader, if you want to call it that, as I live in the suburbs, but I try and do what I can with what I have. So it's actually a cool fall day here today. Not quite cold, but we went to McDonald's for supper. They had the Monopoly game, my daughter and I, so cool. Are you taking a whole bunch of little videos and combining them into one big video? I've been watching a lot of people's videos of in-between projects, like the beginning and middle and then the final result. It's always nice to see the big reveal. I've been doing a lot of canning projects. Whereabouts are you from? Ooh, camo. Hopefully the deers might see it and think it's home, and you might get some free hunting of deer or something. Nobody will be able to see you from the air if it's all camo, if you're in the woods. North Louisiana. I've never been to Louisiana. Is it always hot there? Or do you have a bit of like fall, winter? I'm in Canada, so I'm in like southern Ontario. I live in Kanata. It's a suburb of Ottawa, Ontario, Canada. So we get all 4 seasons. Our summer lasts about 3 months. Basically, we have really hot temperatures, about 25 to 40 degrees Celsius for June, July, and August. And then September is usually cool, but this year it was actually like 30 degrees. And it's still warm here. We just had, last 2 days, cold spell. You have 5 minutes of winter. Yeah, that's about our summer. Usually by October we're wearing sweaters and like fall coats. I'm wearing a sweater today because my daughter's choir practice is from 6:45 till 9:15 at night, and at night we have to take the bus back home, which is another hour, and then it gets kind of cold. Like the sun's down right now. I'm right now at a second cup, and when I'm done my pop, I'm going to get a coffee. I'm going to get a pumpkin spice latte. So it is. We definitely have a lot of green space, even in the city. Like, if you can see, there's a tree right behind me. I'm downtown Ottawa. Over there is the University of Ottawa. And it's right downtown. And there's trees everywhere, even on our streets. Let's go try and set you back up. Oop. So. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. I'm an open book here. Like right now it's about 15 degrees Celsius. So it's cool, but it's not cold. This morning it was 0, so it's freezing. Like you could see our breath, but you see, it's not that cold yet. So. So do you work outside of the home, or are you a stay-at-home mom? Or retired, if you're lucky? I'm a stay-at-home mom. I have 2 teen girls. No problem. So, we definitely live in a very multicultural city. As you were just hearing, I think it was Chinese or an Asian language going by. So, Ottawa is a very bilingual city. Not everybody, most people speak French and English, and the federal government, all their positions, or almost all their positions, are bilingual, so you have to have a certain level of English, reading, writing, and understanding of English and French, so that they can help people with both official languages. Not a lot of Spanish. Up here, actually, in high school, you could take it as a language elective. You could, in some high schools, most high schools, you could take language of Spanish. Some high schools, you could take Italian, and some high schools, you could take Japanese or Mandarin as a language elective. But definitely French and English. We have a large population from around the world. So there's a lot of people from Asia, and from Africa, from Middle East, from lots from Europe. A lot of you Americans come up here too because we have free healthcare and lots of green space. Our population per capita, even in the big cities, are less than yours. Like this, I think the population of Ottawa is like the population of maybe a small town in the States. I think the population of Canada is the same as the population of California. So we have lots of space. Like even when you get in the city, like you can drive from downtown Ottawa 30 minutes in pretty much any direction and you'll hit farmland. So not during rush hour though. So a little bit about me. I'm a stay-at-home mom. I in my previous life before kids, I had gone to school for my developmental service worker program. So that was a program that allowed me to work with adults and children with physical and developmental disabilities. And I did that for many years and worked in a Rotary home where they give respite to parents who have kids with multiple disabilities. You get allotted so many hours a month or a year, depending on the degree of the disability and how much care is needed, to give the parents a break. It's kind of like, and everybody's staffed. There's always a nurse on staff as well as a developmental service worker and PSWs, personal support workers, so they can do all their activities of daily living. I did that for a year, and then I got into an adult living environment where adults with physical disabilities had their own apartments in an apartment building, and we had an apartment in there as our office, and we would get bookings for their activities of daily living. So if they needed to have a shower or a meal cooked or dressed or whatever, or one client, all she ever needed was help changing light bulbs and to put things in out of the oven because she couldn't carry it like a lasagna pan because it's too heavy. She didn't have the strength, but she could do stuff on the stove. So, everybody's calls were different, but it was more of a security type issue. And there was somebody in the office 24 hours, and I did that different shift work for many years. And then I got full-time nights, so my shift was from 10 o'clock at night to 8 o'clock in the morning. So I was with staff until midnight, and then I was alone from midnight to 6 because most everybody slept. I would just go and check on certain clients that needed to be turned because they were in a wheelchair, so that they didn't get, like they weren't in a wheelchair sleeping, but they were in their bed, so they wouldn't get any pressure sores or anything like that. And some people wanted water in the middle of the night because they didn't sleep well or had meds or whatever. So, and then at 6 o'clock in the morning, at 5:36, everybody was getting up, getting ready for work or for their, wherever they were going that day. Some stayed home, some worked, some volunteered or went shopping at the mall or whatever. So it was fun. Then I had my oldest, and then I went back to work, and then I got pregnant with my youngest, and she was born legally blind. So I had plans on going back to work after her, but with all of the different surgeries and physiotherapy and occupational therapy and speech therapy and all these early intervention developments so that you can make sure that she was as up with her peers, so she got visual stimulation and all that fun stuff. I decided that going back to work, since I was working nights, would not be fair to have all these services going to the daycare provider's place, and then still having to do all this work, and still, like, after paying daycare, only making a couple $100 a month after daycare, and the increase in stress and the decrease in, like, seeing my family, because my husband worked days, so he would work from about 9 to 5. So with my oldest, we exchanged my oldest at the bus stop. Like, we met halfway, and we exchanged her. I came home, fed her breakfast, and brought her to daycare, and then went home to sleep, and then picked her up from daycare, made supper, ate supper, went to work. So it was not hard, but with two, it would have been even harder. So I've been a stay-at-home mom for 14 years. And it's been tough a bit. We had to do a lot of adjustments and sacrifices and figuring out what we were doing, because when we had two incomes, like, my job wasn't great paying, but it was not bad. We lost that income, but doing so allowed us to repurpose money that I was using to spend on coffee or takeout meals, because I was working nights, on work clothes, work shoes, and everything. That it allowed me to repurpose that money that I was using on those things for just staying at home clothes, which didn't need to be a certain style or that. And I just didn't, we didn't eat out as much, and we just, you know, we took, we didn't really go on major vacations. Only in the past few years have we done major vacations. When the kids were small, we did like Montreal or Toronto. Montreal is like 2 hours away by train, and Toronto is 5 hours away by train. So we do a metropolitan type of vacation. Nothing too extravagant. For the last couple of years, we've saved money, and we did more elaborate vacations, but definitely not every year. We can't do that. At least not on our income. I mean, my husband makes enough that we do okay, but other than that, we do what we can. And I think that my price matching groceries and purchasing things either used or getting some stuff for free off the local free cycle type groups allows us to repurpose our money on things that we can't get for free or used. So that's kind of what I do. I kind of really enjoy, I actually love going grocery shopping. I don't know why I'm weird like that, but I really like shopping for food and getting the best deals I can out there. And what else do you like to do? Do you like grocery shopping as well? Are you back yet? Also, up here in Canada, I hopefully, when it's wintertime, I'll be able to come again back downtown. I'll show the Rideau Canal, which is just like 3 blocks that way. And it's the longest skating rink in North America, I think. It's beautiful. And there's usually ice sculptures and everything there, so it's quite nice, and it's all free. Well, other than the vendors that sell hot chocolate and fudge and beaver tails. And beaver tails are not actual beaver's tails. Beaver tails are a fried dough, a fried sweet dough, flattened like a beaver tail, and then buttered, and usually with cinnamon sugar on top, or it's Kahlua Sunrise, which has lemon juice, cinnamon and sugar, or Nutella, or garlic and cheese. It's quite nice. It's a yummy treat. It's a Canadian treat, and I think it was actually invented here in Ottawa. Don't quote me on that yet, though. I'll Google that, but I'm pretty sure it is. Oh no, don't burn your eggs. I figured since I'm chatting, I may as well chat about myself. Don't burn your eggs. Are you having breakfast for supper? I like breakfast for supper. I like to do a big breakfast of bacon and eggs and toast and bacon or sausages. But my family is definitely a bacon family. I keep on joking with my girls that they either have to marry a pig farmer because they really like bacon and sausage, or get a good job that they have lots of money that they can buy bacon and sausage from wherever, as well as, get married to a nice guy who has a good job too. So, and we have a lot of farms around here. And they're not big farms. They're all like local farms. I don't know of any around the Ottawa area of major big farms. They tend to be more southern Ontario, near the Niagara Falls region. But around here, there'll be like local farms that they have. Like, they could be a cow farmer, or a vegetable farmer, or a pig farmer, or something. But they're not like a big factory farm. Like, even our chickens up here at these farms, like, I've never seen those really big chicken farms that you see um, in those documentaries. I've never seen something like that up here. Maybe in a more rural place, but our chickens, like they have barns, but they're usually still kind of allowed out on the grass and stuff too. But because we've gone um, in around here, you can drive and contact some of the local farmers and ask for a tour, and they'll be like, sure. I mean, that's Canadians for you. So we can sometimes even just drive by. Like I've been with friends and we've drove by a farm that looked really cool, and we drove up to them and said, "Hi, can we check out your farm? Because we're city dwellers. Like we don't know anything. Like I've never milked a cow." In Ottawa, though, we have the Agriculture Museum here, which is in the center of the city, where there's an actual farm with a barn, and I think of like 10 or 100 acres of land that they grow stuff that they do experiments on. So finding like corn that is is good for our climate, or different vegetables and stuff. They have a huge botanical garden that they'll grow flowers and different vines and see what grows here. They'll do like experiments on them to see what pests would be good to combat other things and try and do organic stuff. But they have like here, like you can go there, and on certain days it's free. Other days it costs a few bucks. Or you can go to the library and you can apply for a free museum pass for there, and you can go there for free. You just have to take it out from the library like a book, and you go there and you can see them milking cows. And in the spring it's really cool. They like shear sheep, and they make ice cream, and they do all these different activities on the weekends, like making butter, like old style and stuff like that. But you see the cows and the sheep and the goats and chickens, and you learn about what the eggs and stuff are. But I take like a city bus and go there. I mean, that's kind of cool. But I've always wanted to live in the country. Just finances, we just can't afford it. Plus, I need to have my license, which is kind of a big thing. Like even in the city, we take the bus everywhere, or we take a plane or a train, or we get a ride from somebody. And we try and have as little of a footprint. A little bit of a conscious thing, but also I don't have my license. And my husband, he's also legally blind, so he can't drive. So my goal is in the next couple of years probably to get my license so that we can do more traveling, because we've been finding that we're not so big on metropolitan vacations, and we would really like to like rent an RV and just travel like just around Ontario. It could take you like a few days or a week or more to just drive in one province. So I know that it could take, I think it's, if you drove 12 hours a day from coast to coast, it could take like 2 weeks to drive from coast to coast of Canada, because we're bigger than you guys, landmass wise. Chickens, fresh eggs. Oh, that would be awesome. If I keep on trying to convince my husband, so where I live, we can't have chickens yet, but there's a whole group here fighting for backyard chickens, that you could have a maximum of, I think, 4 or 5 hens, but no roosters, because that's the problem, that when you have, like, we live in a townhouse, so our houses are attached on either side, but it's still a big house, like it's, I think, 1,700 square feet, but our yard is not very big, and it's surrounded by cedar hedges, so it doesn't get lots of sun, so my gardens don't do as well as they should. So, but I wish we could have chickens. Do you just have them for eggs, or do you also harvest them once they have stopped laying, or if you feel like chicken tonight? I know some people don't. They just have them for the eggs. Do you have any other animals on your place? She's from Wholesome Roots. She has lots of goats on her farm, and they're like her kids. I think that they are so cute. I'm like, oh, I wish I'd have a goat. Just to pet and stuff. And also milk. We can milk and pet them. We just have 2 cats, and they're kind of useless. Well, if we ever do get a mouse in the house, which we've had like maybe 4 in a decade, the cat does catch the mice. So, any questions? So how's the connection of this live feed? It's my first real time trying it. Last time I was just trying to see if I can actually connect. And I wasn't too sure if I could. From my view of the screen, the picture looks pretty good. But I don't know how it looks on your end. Cars. Oh, yum. Eggs and sausages. I love sausages. Are they the sausage links or the sausage rounds? What else can I talk about? I have some upcoming videos planned that I've started either taping or wherever. I just have to kind of edit them. I'm not very good at editing them. I'm more of just like gluing small videos together. So I have coming up on the weekend, and I videotaped it, but sent the actual finished turkey video showing it all nicely golden brown. I took it all the way up to that part, and then that video like vanished somewhere. It's off my camera. I don't know where it went. I'm like, ah. And then I have a part after that. I have it all cut up in a Ziploc bag, ready for the fridge and freezer. I'm like, I'm still new at this whole YouTube thing. I started my channel because I had a bunch of friends who mentioned, oh, I should maybe do a YouTube channel because they'd like to see me cooking, and they were quite interested on how I save money and that. And then I was just kind of doing it to have fun and that. I've been really enjoying it. It's allowed me to refine my skills, and I've been really enjoying it because I've got a pressure canner last year. So I've been doing a lot of canning, and that's my new addiction. And I'm the only person I know around me. Well, actually, I have one friend that moved to Renfrew. She used to live in Kanata, but she moved to Renfrew that cans. I don't think she has a pressure canner, though. Or she might have gotten one. But she just started canning like this year. She did jam before, and that was about it. But she just started canning videos. Oh, what's your video? I'm like, thanks. So I've just been watching other people's videos and searching recipes online, and looking at books and stuff like that. I really want to can some chicken. Next time chicken goes on sale, I'm going to can some. And I've already canned meatballs and ground beef. I have them for these. I raised me birds too. This was fun. Oh, awesome. Thank you. Thank you for joining me. It's been fun. I'm sorry I only had one person show up, but it was kind of impromptu, so um, nice to have you here and keep me company. Okay, well, I guess we're done. Um, have a great night. Thank you. Bye. Bye from Ottawa, Ontario, Canada. At the Second Cup downtown. See? Second Cup. We're by Ottawa U. Bye.